Yeah, g'day YouTubers. Tinker O'Toole again with another video. Today I'm going to talk about how to correctly hold a micrometer, although some people may disagree. And I remember when I went and got a job in a laboratory and they'd ask me what sort of equipment had I used, and I said, yeah, I'd used verniers, I used micrometers. So then they turned around and said, okay, they gave me a pipe made out of PVC. It was about 8mm thick. And they marked it in about 5 places. And they said to me, can you measure that and write it down? So I said, yeah, okay. And what they're looking for, they're looking how I'm holding the micrometer. Because any person that's used a micrometer with experience will hold it differently than a person that's not experienced. Most inexperienced people will hold it and use 2 hands. One hand to hold it, the other hand to adjust the ratchet. An experienced person won't use the ratchet, they'll get the feel for it. And they'll hold it in one hand and they'll wrap their little pinky around. And they'll do it like this. They'll wrap it around like that. And they'll just rotate the thimble. And if we had a piece of wire to measure, they would just put that piece of wire in, right? And they would just rotate it like that. And you get the feel for it. And you get the feel, and there it is there, right? You have a look where the 0 is. Now, if I undo that and use a ratchet, there's a ratchet. Almost the same reading, is it? Well, it's close enough, it's the same. So, that's the way that I was taught many years ago on how to use a micrometer. Now, there is nothing wrong with doing it with 2 hands, right? Because when you do it with one hand and you're in a laboratory and you're checking many parts, how many can you check in an hour? How efficient is it? So if you hold it in one hand, you hold the pipe in the other hand, it's very quick. Whereas if you put the pipe on the bench and you got one hand holding the micrometer, the other hand is turning the thimble, you do one measurement, you rotate the pipe, it's very fiddly. So it's much easier to do it one-handed. And that's one of the tests you can tell if a person has a lot of experience using a micrometer. And mind you, they've already marked the pipe before the interview and they've put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on there. They've already measured it, they've written it down, so they know what the answer is. So you come along, you write the answer, they just check and go, yeah, you got it right, or you're way off, and they go, the guy doesn't know how to use it properly. Now, if we go back many years ago, when you look at the micrometers these days, you'll notice you've got this little plastic pad on both sides. That's blank on that side. And then on the other side, it's just written that it's 1/100 of a millimetre and it's 0 to 25. So why has it got a blank piece on one side and why have you got that side? It's an insulating pad. It means that if you're using 2 hands, that you will hold it like that. You won't generate heat. Bit of controversy about human body producing 37 degrees. Using this for hours on end, you'll generate some heat and it can change what the reading is. Now, the other thing is also a lot of times if you're in a lab, and depends what you're doing, if you're measuring very small parts, you can get a micrometer stand. And we can put a picture up there of the Microtoyo micrometer stand. If you look at the stand, you open the jaws, it's got rubber grips on there. And that way the human hands don't touch or generate any heat. The other thing is, if you are using a micrometer in the field, you should always carry a lint-free cloth. The other thing is, and you may see some people out in the field or out in the factory floor, if they're checking parts, they're an inspector or something, they'll wear a pair of lint-free gloves. That way it doesn't transfer the heat. So if you feel more comfortable holding it by the insulating pad, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. The only thing that you've got to make sure of is that when you do tighten the thimble up, you've got to make sure that it's sitting parallel and square with the part that you're measuring. That's about the only mistake people can make if you're not experienced. But certainly when you're experienced, these sort of errors don't happen. It's only the inexperienced operator using a micrometer can make mistakes. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.